My friends, esteemed listeners, we gather today to explore a profound truth, a wisdom that has echoed through the ages and across cultures, the immense power found not in reaction but in stillness. The topic before us, smart people don't react to disrespect, they move in silence, is not merely a catchy phrase, it is a blueprint for profound personal mastery and an invitation to build an unseen fortress within ourselves. In a world that often demands immediate gratification, instant responses, and a loud assertion of one's ego, the concept of silence in the face of disrespect can seem counterintuitive, even weak. Yet, I assure you, it is the ultimate display of strength. When disrespect is hurled our way, whether through cutting words, dismissive gestures, or blatant disregard, our primal instinct often screams for retaliation. The ego demands justice, vindication, a swift and decisive counter-strike. But consider this, who truly wins in such an exchange? Does a shouting match elevate anyone? Does a war of words ever truly resolve anything, or does it merely escalate the conflict, leaving both parties wounded and depleted? The smart person, the truly wise individual, understands that their peace is a precious commodity, not to be squandered on the fleeting provocations of others. They recognize that an emotional reaction to disrespect is akin to handing over the keys to their inner sanctum to the very person attempting to disturb it. When you react, you are in essence allowing the disrespecter to dictate your emotional state, to pull your strings, to control your narrative. You become a puppet in their play, dancing to their tune of negativity and chaos. Cultivating inner stillness is the antidote. It is the conscious, deliberate choice to observe the disrespect without internalizing it, to acknowledge its presence without allowing it to take root in your heart or mind. This is not about suppressing emotion. It is about mastering it. It is about feeling the initial sting, the surge of anger or hurt, and then with a deep breath, choosing a different path. It is about understanding that your worth is not diminished by another's inability to see it, nor is your character defined by their fleeting judgment. This inner stillness is your unseen fortress. It is built brick by brick through mindfulness, through self-awareness, and through a profound understanding of your own values. When you are anchored in this stillness, the waves of disrespect may crash against your walls, but they cannot breach them. They may create a momentary splash, but they will recede, leaving your core unshaken. This stillness allows you to retain your composure, to think clearly, and to act from a place of wisdom rather than impulse. Think of the great masters, the truly influential figures throughout history. Did they achieve their greatness by engaging in every petty squabble, or did they more often than not rise above the fray, focusing their energy on their purpose, their vision, their contribution? Their silence in the face of triviality was not an absence of voice, but a profound statement of priorities. It was a declaration that their time, their energy, and their peace were too valuable to be wasted on validating someone else's negativity. To move in silence, then, is to move with intention. It is to channel that initial surge of reactive energy into constructive thought, into strategic planning, or simply into the quiet continuation of your noble work. It is to understand that some battles are not worth fighting, not because you are afraid, but because you are too wise to engage in them. Your silence becomes a powerful shield, deflecting the negativity and preserving your inner harmony. It is a testament to your self-respect, a silent declaration that you are the master of your own domain, and no external force can truly disturb the peace within your unseen fortress. This is the first step on the path to true mastery, the cultivation of an unshakable inner stillness. This perspective is transformative. It shifts the focus from "what did I do wrong?" or "how dare they?" to what is happening within them that causes them to behave this way. When someone disrespects you, it is rarely, if ever, solely about you. It is often a symptom of their own unresolved issues, their own pain, their own frustrations. A person who is truly content, secure, and at peace within themselves rarely feels the need to tear others down. Their energy is directed inward towards growth or outward towards positive contribution. Consider the common scenarios. The colleague who belittles your ideas might be insecure about their own contributions. The stranger who makes a rude comment might be having a terrible day, battling personal demons you know nothing about. The family member who dismisses your achievements might be grappling with their own unfulfilled dreams. Their disrespect is not a statement about your value, it is a desperate cry, a clumsy projection, or an unconscious release of their own internal struggles. To understand this is to gain immense liberation. It allows you to detach emotionally from the situation. If you see their disrespect as a reflection of their internal state, rather than a definitive judgment of your worth, the sting loses much of its venom. You no longer feel compelled to defend yourself against an attack that wasn't truly aimed at your essence, but rather at a phantom in their own mind. This is not to excuse their behavior, but to understand it, and understanding is the first step towards non-reaction. When you refuse to react, you deny the disrespect or the power they seek. Often the act of disrespect is an attempt to elicit a reaction, to draw you into their emotional drama, to validate their own sense of superiority or control. By moving in silence, you effectively say, your words, your actions, they have no bearing on my inner peace. Your behavior is yours to own, not mine to internalize. This silent refusal to engage breaks the cycle. It leaves them with their own negativity, unable to offload it onto you. This approach requires empathy, but not sympathy for the disrespectful act itself. It requires the capacity to see beyond the immediate behavior to the potential underlying cause. It is a sophisticated form of emotional intelligence. It allows you to respond with compassion if a response is even necessary, rather than with anger or hurt. Imagine the difference. Instead of lashing out, you might offer a calm, neutral statement or simply choose to walk away. Your calm demeanor, your composed silence, becomes a powerful counterpoint to their agitation. Moreover, this understanding protects your energy. Every emotional reaction, every argument, every justification drains you. It pulls you away from your purpose, from your goals, from the things that truly matter. By recognizing disrespect as a distorted mirror, you conserve that vital energy. You choose not to invest your precious emotional capital in someone else's negativity. You choose to keep your focus on your own path, your own growth, and your own well-being. So, the next time you encounter disrespect, pause, take a breath. Instead of immediately reacting, ask yourself, what might be going on with this person? See their words or actions not as a direct attack, but as a symptom. This shift in perspective is not easy. It requires practice and conscious effort. But with time, it becomes a powerful tool, allowing you to navigate the complexities of human interaction with grace, wisdom, and an unshakable sense of self, understanding that the true measure of your worth comes from within, not from the fleeting opinions of others. We live in a noisy world, a world that often equates volume with validity. The loudest voice, the most aggressive stance, the quickest retort, these are often mistakenly perceived as signs of strength, but the wise person knows better. They understand that true power lies in discernment, in choosing when to speak, more importantly when not to. When faced with disrespect, the strategic use of silence is a powerful tool to disarm, to de-escalate, and to maintain your own dignity. Reflecting it back, leaving them with the uncomfortable echo of their own words. This non-engagement is not born of fear or weakness. On the contrary, it requires immense courage and self-control. It is easy to lash out, to defend, to argue. It takes far greater strength to remain composed, to hold your tongue, and to let your presence speak for itself. This silent strength communicates a powerful message. Your words do not define me. Your disrespect does not diminish me. I am above this fray. Moreover, strategic silence allows you to maintain control of the narrative. When you react emotionally, you often say things you regret, or you inadvertently validate the disrespecter's premise. By remaining silent, you force them to confront their own behavior. You give them no ammunition, no new material to twist or exploit. You leave them with nothing but their own actions, exposed in the stark light of your composure. This can be incredibly unsettling for the disrespecter, as their attempts to provoke have failed, and they are left with the uncomfortable realization of their own impropriety. The art of non-engagement is about recognizing that not every battle is yours to fight, and not every insult deserves your energy. It is about understanding that your peace is paramount, and protecting it requires a conscious decision to step away from the drama. Your silence, therefore, is not empty. It is full of wisdom, full of strength, and full of a quiet dignity that no amount of disrespect can ever truly touch. It is the ultimate expression of self-respect, a testament to your unwavering commitment to your own inner harmony and the strategic mastery of your own responses. The natural human response to disrespect is often to ruminate. We replay the words, analyze the tone, dissect the situation, seeking validation for our hurt or justification for our anger. This rumination, however, is a dangerous trap. It keeps us tethered to the very negativity we wish to escape. It drains our mental and emotional reserves, diverting precious energy from constructive pursuits towards a destructive cycle of resentment and bitterness. The wise individual understands that this energy, if left unchecked, can poison the well of their own spirit. Instead of allowing it to fester, they consciously redirect it. They recognize that the discomfort caused by disrespect can be a powerful motivator, a signal that something needs attention, not necessarily in the external situation but within themselves. How do they do this? Firstly, by shifting focus from the disrespecter to their own internal landscape. Instead of asking, "Why did they do this to me?" they might ask, "What can I learn from this experience?" Or "How can I strengthen my own boundaries and resilience?" This internal inquiry transforms a perceived attack into an opportunity for self-improvement. Perhaps the disrespect highlighted a vulnerability they need to address, or a boundary they need to reinforce. Perhaps it simply served as a reminder of the importance of self-worth and not seeking validation externally. Secondly, they channel the energy into productive action. Instead of stewing in anger, they might pour that intensity into their work, their creative pursuits, or their physical well-being. Imagine the energy you might expend mentally replaying an argument. Now imagine redirecting that same energy into a challenging project, a new skill, or a vigorous workout. The outcome is vastly different. One leads to stagnation and bitterness, the other leads to progress and empowerment. This is the essence of moving in silence. It's not just about not reacting, but about actively doing something else with that energy. It's about transforming the potential for a negative spiral into a positive upward trajectory. It's about taking the fuel of frustration and using it to propel your own growth rather than to ignite a destructive fire. Consider the athlete who faces a setback or critics' dismissive remarks. Do they spend their time arguing with the critic, or do they channel that frustration into more rigorous training, honing their skills, and proving their worth through performance? The answer is clear. Their focus is on growth, on mastery, on achieving their goals, not on engaging in petty grievances. This approach requires discipline. It requires the conscious decision to pivot away from negativity and towards purpose. It requires a deep understanding that your time and energy are finite and incredibly valuable. Every moment spent dwelling on disrespect is a moment lost from building, creating, and evolving. By consistently choosing growth over grievance, you not only protect your own peace, but also cultivate an aura of quiet strength. Others begin to notice that you are unshakable, that external negativity simply bounces off you. This, in itself, becomes a powerful form of respect earned, not demanded. You become a living testament to the idea that true power lies not in reacting to every slight, but in strategically channeling your energy towards what truly matters, your own continuous journey of becoming. This is the profound wisdom of transforming adversity into advantage, of turning potential poison into powerful fuel for your personal evolution. In the short term, reacting to disrespect might feel satisfying. You might feel a momentary surge of vindication, a fleeting sense of showing them, but what is the lasting impact? Often, it merely reinforces the cycle of negativity, lowers your own perceived professionalism or maturity, and distracts you from your true objectives. It can even inadvertently elevate the disrespecter, giving them the attention they craved. Moving in silence, however, plays a different game, the long game. When you consistently choose composure over chaos, wisdom over impulse, and purpose over pettiness, you build a reputation that speaks for itself. Your actions become your most eloquent defense, your quiet dignity, your most powerful retort. People observe, they notice who remains calm under pressure, who maintains their integrity in the face of provocation, and who consistently delivers results despite external noise. Silence allows this natural justice to take its course, while you remain untainted by the drama. Ultimately, the reputation you build by consistently moving in silence is one of resilience, wisdom, and unshakable inner strength. It is a reputation that commands genuine respect, not out of fear or obligation, but out of admiration for your composure and your unwavering focus on what truly matters. This is the path of true influence, a path paved not with loud reactions, but with the quiet, consistent power of a mind and spirit at peace, focused on the long game of purpose and integrity. This is the profound wisdom of earning respect not by demanding it, but by embodying it.